Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring you a live shoutcast from Lancang Dam on Rush. I'm Adam the Sniper Nelson. Along with me is Scumbag Wally. How are you doing today, Wally?
Doing pretty good, man. Really looking forward to doing this. Should be a lot of fun. Very new to me, so hopefully we'll make this entertaining as possible.
I agree. I'm in the same boat. We got defenders and attackers right now. We're going to be on Lobus 21 in the 50 cal stationary. Trying to see who he can take out for the attacking team on their way in to Alpha, I believe. Astro Rabbit doing some work down by the docks.
Sitting here on Armor Light Alpha Squad for the Russians. It looks like the attackers. He's really pushing up. He's got his teammate there, TK Killer, really in the front line, going one-on-one, hanging out. I think he's just chilling back right now. He's a little worried about, obviously, if he's going to get hit. Switching back to Armor Light. And you know, the thing about Rush is you really got to set up, and I think the attackers are kind of doing a pretty good job of that, whereas the defenders are, if you look at it, the defenders are kind of sitting up in the hill. They've got about 4 guys up in the hill, and the attackers are setting up over A right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think you've when you're attacking, you kind of really got to get a plan together and, you know, slowly impose your will instead of just rushing in there, because there's a lot of people right off the bat that are defending that, and you just kind of got to pick them apart slowly. But yeah, there's a lot of people on the hill over there. I wonder what their plan is for that. I don't see anything coming from it for Armor.
So right now I'm sitting on Bravo Headshot Chaos, and I was watching this guy last game. This guy does incredibly well. Right now he's just sitting up in one of the buildings, just picking people off on the B arm. They have B arm, just throwing grenades down the crate. He's just got a lot of guys in front of him running that pocket shotgun really effectively. But then look at him, he's just sitting up here holding the B arm, and this is exactly what you want to do in a rush type game or any type game objective based. Is basically just sit up in a position where you can watch the objective, and he's really picking apart the Chinese team right now.
But Virtual Awesome sitting inside one of the buildings, looks like at the Bravo objective, chucking nades out, seeing if he can get a kill from anybody coming in. Doesn't look like that one's going to be effective, but he's just kind of scanning around, seeing what he's going to get off. Trying to get in there through on the attacker's side for the Russians. I'm gonna go prone here and see what. Nope, I think he's gonna go upstairs. Looks like who else is. Shield Mellow dropping guys off. All right, on the objective. They are arming right now. Shield Mellow arming. He's gonna defend that. Yep, he's got one coming in. Oh, he does get taken out for that. They are going to disarm. It looks like.
So you have Bravo Squad for the attacking team here up on the Alpha roof, just holding it down, just picking guys, getting into a little bit of a gunfight here. This guy's jumping around, not going to work out. Running that RFB with that Prism 3.4 and a Canted Irons. Pretty interesting setup there, but he has the position, throwing down some C4, making quick work of the enemy. And this is exactly what you want to do in a rush type. If you are a recon like this, he's just doing exactly what you need to do, going 10-1, setting up. Pretty stellar work. He's supporting his 2 squad mates down there. He's got a Graham and Wild down there fighting for that B objective. Loses one guy, but still keeping in the fight, and that's definitely something you want to see from recons on your team if you ever get the opportunity.
Yeah,
it looks like this defending team is really more concerned about sitting back on some of the sniping. Like you see the defenders have a tank outside of the attacker's base, and they have a recon outside of their own base. I don't know about this strategy, I really don't.
Yeah, I got Ace Bongos on top of the Alpha objective. Ooh, he just gets taken out, but his teammates, looks like the Russian team's doing a pretty good job when they're getting a lot of people up on top of that roof, getting back into that attacker, that transport choppy, and using the guns on it in there to their advantage, getting clearing the roofs out over there. They just can't. They put a couple RPGs over that way. Can't seem to get that chopper blown up. Get rid of that for them.
So right now, pretty much, I'm in that free cam mode, checking out camera number 3, and if you look at what the defenders are doing, the defenders are pretty much clearing out the building. Exactly what they're doing. They have a light tank playing counter to the B flag right now, or the B objective, picking up the infantry guy there. And it looks like the Chinese are really, saying, hey, look, we're not giving this up. They're setting up C4 everywhere. they're going to take that building down. I think they're over it. I think they're just over the building camp done by the attacking team. Attackers only have one more guy in there in that building, and then of course in the right building where the A objective used to be. The Chinese now have a 120 in there, and it's getting C4'd. Yep, there it goes. It's unfortunate. But it looks like the Chinese are actually very much to their advantage. I think the Chinese are here to play now. It looks like the Chinese are stepping up. The LAV is patrolling right now.
Yeah, it sure looks like they're taking up a position to actually, you know, get in here and defend, set up, and take on whatever comes at them. They're not quite so sporadic. It looks like they got kind of two groups when you're in the tabletop view. One really defending that B objective, and then they're trying to hold back anybody kind of coming out of the spawn point to kind of lower the impact of what's coming to B overall.
Yeah, the difficult thing about Rush is when you lose an objective, and it definitely happens a lot of the time, is you lose some of that momentum, and the best way to do it is really just to counteract any kind of momentum the attacking team has. Because if you can just push the attacking team back into their deployment just once, you slow them down enough for your team to reset up. And it looks like the Chinese are playing pretty close to the chest right now on this B flag. They still have a lot of the Russians are still hanging out in the old A building. There's 42 tickets left. Still got quite a game here. But I'm worried. I'm really worried for this Chinese team. Looks like the Russians are making a play right now as we speak for that.
Yeah, they are. They have a couple Chinese to worry about down there that are camping out around that B flag, and he's going to... Atro Rabbit? Yeah, Atro Rabbit's going to take out OB. Is going to get taken down by a few of the attackers, and it looks like they might just get that B objective. Oh, one taken down, but he does get countered and taken down by another attacker.
You know, and if you look at if you take a look at the scoreboard right now, you can really tell that the attackers are pretty much just there's just a huge score discrepancy between them. You know, you got Lemur Toes with up there with like 4,000 points, the Headshot Chaos with up there with 2,000 points, and no one on the Chinese team is yet to break into the 2,000 point, where you have 4 guys on the attacking team up there in the 2,000. So you can tell just by that score total that the attackers are really doing, you know, basically what they're supposed to do. You know, get in there, cause as much chaos as possible, and take the crates. So you know, the Chinese really got to step up.
They do, especially on this one. They really need to get held back.
Yeah, you know, and what the Chinese should do in this situation really is just set up on those 2 bridges, you know, and counteract it. Looks like the attackers, the Russian team, is going to make a really large play for the top bridge. The dam is coming down right now, so some of these guys might get caught in this. Hopefully they get out of the way. Here. Oh my, that's 4 people down from the dam right there. Yep.
Pure Gamer played that one perfect. I'm following him right now, and he saw that dam coming, and he took cover behind one of those crates back there and watched all of his friends just go down with it. But yeah, you're right. They do need to... This is a great area for the Chinese to set up a good defense, because they've only really got 2 valid, you know, entry points to that AB. Because there's no real water vehicles in here to really take a lake approach to it, or a backside approach. That's something that if you take an LAV or something down that way, it's going to be seen.
If you're taking a look now, the top bridge right here, you got 2 of the Russians just hanging out behind an SUV. You got another Russian to the left of the bridge, and they are unfortunately under a lot of stress and strain. But if you see the attacking team right now, they have a Z11, and then they have 2 guys up on the roof that are hopping down right now. So it looks like the attacking team is really taking that chopper to their advantage.
Yes.
They're getting the guys into the buildings that apparently, like, they've got the Chinese team taking a look up there. But this is basically how the attacking team wants to do it. If they can't break across those bridges, take use of that chopper. I'm on Headshot Chaos right now. He's with the squad, Bravo squad, holding in the crate room at Bravo, getting help from his team and the chopper. Looks like a really coordinated effort here from the Russian team. Something you definitely want to see in games.
Yeah, and I definitely see those Russians. They do have, I can't tell if the spawn beacon is set up on top, which I imagine it is, which is a great spot being set up right there so they can immediately get guys right from the building onto where the objective point, instead of having to try and take one of those points in. Good play by the Russians.
I think they do have a spawn beacon up there. They have a mortar up there. There's also a Russian or a Chinese sniper cheese up there as well, but I don't think he sees that the Z11 just came down right behind him. So there's 2 recons up there, both playing on the Chinese team. They have a spawn beacon right next to them. Neither of them see that, which could be disastrous if they don't, pay attention to the possibility of Russians paratrooping behind it. But it looks like the Russians are making another play for A now, and you got to give it, a hand to this attacking team. This attacking team really is just putting a hurt on the Chinese right now.
Yeah, they are. It seems like they're limited on people actually attacking the objective. It looks like only a few of them are heading in, because I see quite a few people back there camping in the hills way back there that should really be able to move up, and they've got 2 armors basically set up on either bridge that are trying to control anything that they can see, but they should also probably be pushing up a little bit to be a little more useful in the attacks instead of sitting back at deployment. Could really help their team out right now.
So right now I'm taking a look at a Bravo squad again, and these guys have been pretty instrumental. These guys are the guys with the spawn beacon on the roof of that main building. These guys are pretty instrumental right now. They're pushing it again right here on this flag. They've got 3 or 4 Chinese in front of them. We've got a pretty good firefight on our hands. Let's see. Come on. Graham just went down, but I think he got the spawn on Headshot Chaos spawning on the roof. But like I said, this rooftop play is instrumental in winning games. It's kind of cheap, kind of cheesy, but at the same time, you do whatever it takes, I guess, to win those games. And Bravo Squad is bringing it home for the Russians.
Yes, I believe you are correct. I got Graham. He's on the roof again, looking out those windows, seeing what he can see from down below. Oh, he does have a Chinese up top. Oh, and he takes him out. He did not see that. He had the drop on him, but he did end up getting that guy. They should be able to parachute down into them windows pretty quick here and see if they can get something to happen.
So the Chinese are basically taking a pretty interesting effect to this one. They are just putting manpower in that A crate, and that is something you want to do. They recently won the tank fight, although they just lost the 120 due to the LAV being in there, but they have so many guys in that building right now. But it looks like, again, that Bravo squad really is just giving them a lot of trouble in that realm. Pure Gamer just went down in there. He's going 12-3. Another excellent player for these Russian teams, putting it off really well. But as you can see, the attackers are really just not giving up. They cleared 1 stairwell. There's only, I see, 3 Chinese left holding in there.
Yeah, I'm watching Radifo right now, and I was just on Chilled Mellow, and Chilled Mellow might be 8-8, but he's definitely responsible for putting pushes on, because he does work, and Radifo does arm that objective for the Russian side, and it looks like they have got a pretty decent hold on the objective area and both stairwells, so we could definitely be looking at game over right now if they can keep this held down.
I think this one's it right here. I think the Russians pretty much had this one right here.
Yep.
They looked good arming this one, yep, that'll do it right there. That's just, I guess that's what happens when you play you put a team that just constantly pushes pressure onto another team, and you're gonna win games just from that alone.
Yep, that's definitely what you got to do. They had a good presence up there too. They didn't just rush up there and take it away. They definitely took their time, got plenty of guys there, and overtook the Chinese team and got the business done.
I mean, take a look at the scoreboard right here. You got, again, look at just the score discrepancy alone is pretty much just what gives it away. There's 9 guys on the attacker team that broke 3,000, and there's only 1 guy on the defender team that hit 3,000. And score sometimes just doesn't lie, and that's it right there. It pretty much tells you that you want to win rush games, be aggressive. Don't be passive, just be aggressive.
Yeah, your score will definitely let you know who's putting work in and who's kind of hanging back and taking the punches.
I agree.